guys. Jump up for me. Stand at one end of your mat. Arms nice and heavy. Tuck your chin to your chest. And nice and slowly bring the spine and roll down. Make sure your knees are soft. And your head should be completely released. Looking between your legs. Give your head a little nod and shake. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Hands to the floor and walk forwards into a plank position. And then we're going to lift our hips up into downward dog. Pedal our legs out, so bend and straightening at your knees. Roll back down into your plank, knees to the floor, so you're in a 4-point position. And we'll go into cat-cow. So take a breath in. As you exhale, I want you to scoop your belly up to your spine. Tuck your pelvis and push the floor away. Inhale, drop your belly button to the floor, eyes looking forward. Exhale, scoop the belly button up. Inhale, belly button down. And one more, exhale, scoop the belly up. Inhale, sink to the floor. Just find your neutral spine position and give yourself a little side to side wiggle. All right. We are going to start, just kick my cat out of the garage. We're going to do 3 blocks. The first one's going to be a lower body block, then an upper body block, and then a core/cardio block. There's 5 exercises. Each one we'll do for 45 seconds and have a 15-second break. We'll do 2 rounds through, so it's like 10 minutes without stopping too much, but you can work as hard as you want to within the 45 seconds. If you have equipment with you, grab out a pair of dumbbells or like a kettlebell or something, and a booty band if you've got one, but like I said, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything. There'll be options. I'll just get my stuff. All right, throwing in some lockdown classics because, you know, why not? We're starting off with prisoner squats. So first exercise, you start kneeling on your mat. If you have a weight, you'll hold it at your chest, stepping up into a nice low squat, and then kneeling back down onto the floor and repeating. Second exercise, we have sumos. So you grab a weight, step up, nice and wide, toes out at about 45 degrees. You'll open up the knees and shift the hips back, and then stand and squeeze your bum. Third exercise, we have a squat walk. So you'll grab a booty band out and pop that around your shins. If you have one, if not, without a booty band works too. Squat down, and then we take little pulsing steps to the end of our mat, and then we just back it up once we hit the end of our mat. Fourth exercise, we have a lunge. Don't mind if you want to do a reverse or a curtsy. We're going to stick to left leg forward for the full 45 seconds, so that's reverse. If you're doing a curtsy, you just cross to the side, and then the 5th exercise is the same thing, but on the other leg. Reverse or a curtsy. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to preemptively strip a layer. Our prisoner squats up first. 10 seconds to start. So we're working for 45 seconds. Ready to go. Whoops. 8 seconds. Kneeling down. If you have a weight, pull it up to the chest. And off we go. Keeping your hips down nice and low. The wider you step your feet, the easier it is to keep your bum down to the floor. And try and keep your chest up nice and high. Eyes looking forward. Already halfway. I think there was Someone not on mute yet. Just pop yourselves on mute unless you want YouTube to hear your gasping breath. And rest, beautiful. Jumping up, we have sumo squats up next. Stepping your feet out nice and wide. Toes out at about 45 degrees. And off we go. Shift the hips back, open up your knees. Stand and squeeze your bum. Nice and controlled on the way down. And then a little bit more power as you're standing. And drive your heels into the floor. Let your body tilt forward at your hips so your upper body is leaning forward into that squat rather than staying completely upright. 10 seconds. And rest. Beautiful. We have our squat walk next. If you have a booty band, pop it around your shins. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Little squat. And then you're pulsing into each step. Trying to step out to the width of your mat. And once you get to the end of your mat, you just back it up. Little step backwards and drop the body down. Oh, I only grabbed the giant black booty band from work. I cannot physically step wider than like 5 centimeters. 15 to go. Stay nice and low. Make sure you're dropping down every step. Three, 2, and 1. Yowza. All right, lunges. Left foot forward, stepping back onto the right foot. You can do reverse or a curtsy or a combination. Ready? And let's go. I might do a little combo. Try and stay as upright as possible. Eyes looking forward. Front foot stays pressed into the floor. If you haven't got any weight, feel free to add some pulses. Or don't step up entirely. Just stay static lunging on the spot. Less than 10. And rest. Getting ready for our right leg. Same thing. Let's go. Drive through your front heel. Try and get your front glute to work. Ten seconds. And rest. We're back to the top. Prisoners. Getting ready to go. We get a rest after this round. And off we go. Staying nice and low. Step that front foot to about 90 degrees. Eyes forward. Seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Sumos. Stepping up. Step out nice and wide. Make a triangle with your feet. And off we go. Shift the hips back. Stand and squeeze your bum. Shoulders should be rolled back. Chest is proud. And belly button drawn into your spine. Add some half reps in, or some pulses right at the bottom to make it harder. 15 seconds. Couple more. And rest. All right, back to our squat walk. Booty band on if you've got it. 3 more to go, then we get a break. And off we go. Stay low, little steps, knees dragging out against that band the whole time. And just stepping back once you get to the end of your mat. Exactly the same if you don't have a booty band. Just concentrate on stepping down and sinking deep into each movement. Ooh, 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Ouch. You're gonna have to go to work and get a lighter band. Whew. Lunges. Right leg forward first. Stepping back onto the left. Let's go. Last 2 minutes of lower body specific. Then we'll go into upper body. Try and keep your shoulders up over your hips so you're not leaning forwards. Stay as tall as you can. Dig through that front heel. Ten seconds. Couple more. And rest. All right. Last lower body set. 5 seconds. Let's get it. Left foot forward. Off we go. Remember to add pulses and holds in to make it harder. Shoulders back and down. Nice relaxed head position. Ten seconds, let's go. Right to the end. And done. Holy moly. Oh. All right. Block 1. Done. Hope you're all enjoying the sound of my heavy breathing. Okay, you rest, I'll demo. So I'm just that nice of a person. So, same structure, 5 exercises, 2 rounds. First up we have push-ups. If you have a pair of dumbbells, feel free to lie on your back and do a chest press instead. But if you don't have weights, it's push-ups. Your hands need to be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, either on your knees or your toes, tucking your pelvis, eyes looking forward, belly button to spine, drop down, drive back up. Second exercise, if you have equipment, you're going to do a curl to press. So single arm if you only have one piece of equipment, double if you have both, bicep curl, shoulder press, and repeat. If you don't have equipment, you're popping back into a plank position, knees or toes, and you're going to do a single arm extension. If that's too long on just 3 points of contact, you just lift the hand, pop it straight back onto the floor, trying to keep your body nice and still. Third exercise, triceps. There's a billion options here. If you have weights, you can do kickbacks or behind the head extension. If you don't have any weights, you can do a tricep push-up, so make your hands into a diamond. Elbows come straight back to your hips and forwards, or you can flip it over and do a seated extension. Fingers pointing towards your bum, elbows to the floor, then lock the arms out and squeeze. Fourth exercise, you can either do a row with dumbbells or whatever weights you've got, or a Superman lying on the floor, arms extended, looking at the ground, squeeze your bum and belly button, lift and lower back to the floor. If you have weights, you'll be popping up into that lunge position and into a row for me. Last exercise, if you have weights, you're doing a front raise. So grab one or two, roll the shoulders back, lifting your weight up to shoulder height. And if you don't have any, you're doing commandos. And I will say all of this as we get to every exercise again. Once again, back in that plank, down onto the forearms, up onto your hands. Okay, push-ups or chest press is up first. So, grab out your equipment. We have 10 seconds to start. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Halfway. Got 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. Hammer curl or bicep curl into a shoulder press, or you're on your plank, lifting one arm up at a time. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. If you're doing your curl to press, make sure you finish the curl completely before you go into the press, and likewise on the way down. Shouldn't be swingy. Should be a clear beginning and end to each rep. If you're on the floor in your plank, squeeze your bum tight as you can and have your feet or knees out wide to create a stable base. 15 seconds. One more. And done. All right, triceps of choice. Behind the head, kickbacks, push-ups, seated. So many options. And off we go. If you're doing behind the head, stand up nice and tall. Try and keep your rib cage pulled in. Ooh, I picked a weight that is too heavy for 45 seconds. Ah. 20 seconds. Oh. 10 to go. Last one. Beautiful. All right. You're either doing a single arm row or double arm row, or you're on your tummy lifting up into your Superman. So stretching out nice and long on the floor. Getting ready. And off we go. Pulling that weight up to the hip if you're doing your row. Not the armpit. Should be 90 degrees through your arm. And if you're on the floor in that Superman, just make sure you're drawing your belly button into your spine so that you're supporting that back extension. 10 seconds. Done. If you did single arm, we'll do the other arm on the next round. We've got our front raise or commandos on the floor. So plank position, onto the forearms, back up into your plank. All right, let's go. Front raise or commandos. You're doing a front raise just to shoulder height. Elbows are sort of scooped in underneath rather than pointing out to the sides of your body. If you're in commandos, again, feet or knees out nice and wide, and you won't wobble so much as you do it. And squeeze everything tight, regardless of what exercise you're doing. 10 seconds. Boy, I have not trained upper body for a long time. And rest. That was painful. Back to the top. Push-ups or chest press. Mix it up. Swap whichever one you did. Or if you're happy, stick with it. Ready? And let's go. I'm probably going to go silent again during this exercise. Push-ups are my nemesis. That's how you know I'm tired. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Done. Ugh, whose idea was that? Okay, bicep curl into shoulder press. Or you're back in your plank, lifting one arm up at a time. Getting ready to rock. 2, 1, and go. You get a rest in 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then it's the fun block. Everyone loves core. Fifteen seconds. Nearly there. She says to herself, "Grr, this is hard." And done. All right, tricep exercise of choice, push-ups, reverse triceps on the floor, kickbacks, or behind the head extension. Don't sleep on the seated tricep ones, they're a silent killer. Let's go. Make sure you control when your arm is getting stretched. And then a little bit faster if you're squeezing that tricep. That goes for all of these exercises. Nice and slow as we stretch that muscle that's working. A little bit faster as we squeeze it. 15 seconds. 10 to go. Oh, done. All right, row or Superman. Remember to do your other arm if you did the single arm variation the first time. 2, 1, let's go. Remember, if you're doing that Superman extension on the floor, belly button to spine, look at the ground the whole time so that your neck doesn't bend at an awkward angle. Twenty seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last one. Front raise or commandos. So in that plank position for commandos, onto your forearms and back up. Let's go. If you're doing front raise, quickly up, slowly down. Especially if you've got a slightly lighter weight, quickly up, pause, slowly down. There's all sorts of ways to make the equipment that you've got work for you. Pauses and slow downward phases are really good options. We've got 10 seconds. And done. Beautiful. That's our second block finished. Have a little drink. Okie dokie. So, for the core and cardio block, there'll be a couple of alternates that are more suited if you're pregnant or newly postpartum and still working on rebuilding your core. Anyone else, of course, is welcome to do these options, but they're more pregnancy postpartum specific. So, first exercise, you can either do a dead bug, and that goes to everyone. If you're comfortable lying on your back still, if you're pregnant or postpartum, you can do dead bugs too. Legs up at 90, arms up over your chest. Inhale, tap your thumb and heel to the floor. Exhale, pull back up over center. Inhale, other side. Exhale, up. Anyone who's not comfortable lying on their back is going to flip over into a 4-point position and go into bird dogs. So they're both 2 barrel names, animal related. Extending the arm and the leg, and then pulling back under shoulder and hip. So that's the first exercise. Second exercise we'll all do is a touchdown squat. So you can either step and stand and then out to the other side, or you can jump and reach, whichever you prefer. Third exercise everyone does. We're doing a side plank on our left-hand side. Forearm down, elbow under our shoulder, top arm reaches to the roof. You can either have that back knee, back foot bent back behind you, or you can have both feet stretched out. So on that bottom knee, slightly easier, but not much. Then fourth exercise, we'll do that again on our right-hand side. And fifth exercise, first option is plank jacks on your forearms and your toes, either jumping or tapping the feet out to the side. And anyone who's not up to holding a plank is going to jump up into a squat for me and pulse it out really, really low. Get a good leg burn going. Okay, dead bugs or bird dogs are up first. So up to you what you want to do. We've got 10 seconds to start. Lying on your back, arms up over chest, legs at 90. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale as you pull back up. Keep it really slow, and we're trying to keep your back pulled in nice and tight to the floor. So there's no movement through your torso. We don't want our rib cage lifting up from the ground. If you're in the bird dogs, it's all about trying to keep your hips and shoulders still, so you're not tilting and leaning from one side to the other. 10 seconds. And rest. All right, touchdown squat is up next. Jumping up, either stepping or jumping this movement. 2, 1, off we go. Tap the floor and reach up. And you can step out and back in if you're doing your non-impact version. Fifteen seconds. 10 to go. Ooh, the burn. And stop. Ow. All right, side plank, left arm down. Ooh. Top arm reaches up. Lift. And we're going to start just by holding here. Think about trying to create as much space between your bottom ribs and hip and the floor. If your neck gets tired, look down at your forearm. All right, I want you to start dips now, lowering that hip and lifting. Doesn't have to be all the way to the floor. Keep the hip high. Last 10 seconds, lift that top leg up and down. And done. Beautiful. Flip it over. Right arm down now. Getting ready for our hold. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Eyes looking down at your forearm if your neck is tired. Make sure that top arm is reaching to the roof. Press the hips up high. And we're starting our dips now. Lower and lift. Lift the hips and now into that top leg raise. Doesn't have to be huge. And rest. All right, final exercise of this block in round 1 is our plank jacks, or you're doing your squat pulsing if you're not up to holding your plank. Forearms and toes. And let's go either jumping or tapping the feet one at a time. And you can also pop onto the knees and kick your leg out straight as you tap it. Try and keep your hips down halfway. Ten seconds. And rest. All right, back to the top. Dead bugs. My back decided to give up on that last exercise. Ugh. Just in time for lockdown. Back injuries. All right, let's go. Dead bugs or bird dogs. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you come back to center for both exercises. Ten seconds. And rest. All right, up we get for touchdown squats. We've got 4 minutes left, guys, doing really well. And off we go. Either jumping or stepping together. Get down nice and low. Make sure you're not just tilting over through your back. You should try and keep your chest nice and proud. Hips drop down to the floor. Eyes looking forward. Fifteen seconds. Nearly there. And rest. Beautiful. Side plank now. We're going to start on our right hand side this time. Elbow under shoulder. Top arm reaches to the roof. Lift and hold. Make sure you're breathing through this. Belly button drawn in. And starting our dips. Drop and lift through that hip. Really pushing up as high as you can. Look down at the floor if your neck gets tired. Top arm reaching to the roof. Stop, and now lift that top leg. And rest. All right, flip it over. 2 exercises to go, team. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that top hip. Ugh. Stretch. Nice rhythmic breathing. Really press away from the floor. And starting our dips, lift and lower. High as you can. Stop and start that leg lift. Two and 1. All right, here we go. Plank jacks, tapping the toe out, or squat pulsing. Last exercise. Got 45 seconds of work. 2, 1, let's go. Finish it off nice and strong, all the way to the beat. Find a pace that you can do for the full 45 seconds, regardless of what exercise it is. "20 seconds to go. Keep breathing through it. Five seconds. 2, 1, done. down on the floor. I'm going to have a little bit of a stretch. Just start lying on your back. Right leg hugged into your chest. Left leg stretched out, nice and heavy along the floor. Start inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, so we can begin to get our heart rate back under control. Just check you aren't tensing through the shoulders, holding your knee in. If you are, just give them a little roll out, a little shake. Good, swap legs. Kick that right leg out, hug your left leg into your chest. So at 10 a.m, there will be a Zoom Q&A for anyone on the Facebook group, and that's open to anyone and everyone. So any sort of lingering questions you've got about nutrition or training, motivation, the 8-week challenge, normal 23W training, jump on the Zoom at 10 and we'll just have a little chat through whatever is on your mind. And then at 5 p.m. tonight, there is a half-hour stretch session. Sit on up for me, guys. And we're just going to a cross the body shoulder stretch. So the 5 p.m. stretch session is just lazy stretches for half an hour. Really encourage you to do that if you've been working at home for any extended period of time, because you don't often get time set aside just to do stretching, swap sides, for any length of time. So that'll just be on Zoom as well. And you can put on some chill music, wear your comfy clothes, and just relax the muscles. All right, that is us done, guys. I'm just gonna stop the recording.